Yo, what's Popino? Zeke Black is in the building. Yo, salute to East Harlem, USA. Where I'm from, New York City. There's content. Shout out to the Bloody Bunch in Clubhouse. My man P and Stricken Mentality. He sent me some content about the Jim Jones interview, respectfully. Shout out to Gaza King, Big Juice, the Bloody Bunch. Go follow them in Clubhouse. Jim said a lot of things. We're going to touch on a couple of clips of videos. I'm not here to fact check because I made content on Jim Jones. Definitely, that's how the beginning function of the 05 Voter movement was started, through a paperwork party and such and such. But this is not about the beginning of 05. Shout out to China Brim, Harlem Legend, Saladin, Average Shatter, Ja Ace, Platinum Shine. You know what I'm saying? And a host of others. Now, let's get to the get right. He said a couple of things that I do remember. I do remember when Ballin' was out, it was it was the hottest record on the streets. 50 Cent was pushing his new project. Kanye West was pushing his project. But, Jimmy had the streets. Him and Max B was killing them. They had a lot of great tracks. They was moving the crowd. He had the hottest record probably in America. Ballin'. He was the A&R at Warner Brothers. You'll remember he made the DVD video with Chrissy. He was rocking. You know what I'm saying? It was good. Was he doing arenas then? I went to Jim Jones when Ballin' was ballin', Sneaky Pete's, and they didn't let him in the club. So he really wasn't doing, like he said, arenas. He really wasn't. He should have been a headliner, but he really wasn't. He was really doing these clubs. Nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Sneaky Pete's in Albany, New York. Def shout out to Nick, Lamel. My man, Mr. Hollywood Hustle. Big Lou, Lou, Celebrities Barbershop 518. My man, you know what I'm saying? Just give yo what we get. And this is when Ballin' was ballin'. Was there a distraction? Yes, there was a distraction. Because he was the hottest guy in America. Cam calls, he makes a phone call, arguing with 50 on Hot 97. And it did cause a distraction in the Ballin' thing, because then Cam and 50 started going at it. Remember the Curtis? Do y'all remember? Rest in peace to Zah. Cam did a video in Wagner Projects. And so it sort of took a little light from Jimmy. It did. That took just a little bit of light from Jimmy. It pushed Jimmy to the side, as people was like, Cam always had a bigger name. Yo, Cam versus 50. Remember Curtis? And then 50, my name was they think Curtis. The water started popping. So things started working. They made that song, I Get Money, and I Get Money. Remember? It was the 5-borough tour. That's what it was. I think it was Boost Mobile 5-borough tour. They was doing the 5 boroughs. And it was shocked that Jimmy pulled up. But I remember at that time, it was Jimmy and Remy. Remy was going at it with Fat Joe. Remember, she called Hot 97 saying they jerked them. The pink Benz was leased. And a whole bunch of back taxes. And, the paperwork wasn't right on that album she had. You know what I'm saying? And this is before Remy went to jail, went to prison. And Jimmy pulled up. He did Ballin'. And people was like, yo, that's some snake moves, because he was Cam and 50 beefing. And I just think Jimmy just did what he felt, what he said was right. He did the best what he had. Jimmy did the best what he could do for Jimmy at that time. He wasn't doing the arenas. He should have been a headline. Even when Jay jumped on his, I'm gonna get at Jimmy. Jimmy was hot already, off a Ballin'. He was already hot. The album was bananas. He had the streets from crazy. Harlem, all that. He had the streets in the frenzy. So was there a distraction with him and Cam at that time? Cam did sort of distract. He caused a distraction. He did. Because when he did that, everybody could say, the bloggers, they gonna go to, yo, Cam and 50 beefing. Remember when 50 said, yo, know what? Since you want to call me Curtis, I'm naming my album Curtis. You know what I'm saying? Remember that. Then From 50 going out with Cam, 50 was able to push it, and that's when him and Kanye was going at it. Remember the release dates? I remember this time. It was the release dates thing. They were doing the whole release dates, and 50 was able to maneuver that party. You know what I'm saying? And Kanye West won. He sold the most units that week or whatever, and shout out to Kanye West, and the rest is history. But around that time, shout out to Club Speed, Jimmy's Cafe, Jimmy Harlem, blah, 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 Mr. C, rest in peace, DJ Capone was popping. From Washington Projects, East Harlem, Freaky Zeke from my projects. But this isn't about favoritism or moving the goalposts. I'm just giving you a reminiscence of that time. Now, if I'm wrong, hit the comment section. But just touching on that portion. I do remember, actually, this is the projects right there that Freaky Zeke is from. This is where he's from, right here. That's Washington, down the hill. This is my projects. Lexington Projects, 1539, 183 side, Lexington Ave, 99, 10029. Just to let y'all know. But to get to the gate, right? Yes, it did cause a distraction a little bit. So, Jimmy speaking. And, you gotta hear somebody on the views around for this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always thought that Jim Jones had a piece of diplomats, but I guess he said the paperwork wasn't right. His loyalty was, you can't mix loyalty with business. You can't mix street loyalty with business, legal business. So that's their argument. I don't know what they said behind closed doors. I don't know what the dream was. But to be fair, Jimmy was doing clubs. I went to a Jim Jones party, concert. But Jimmy couldn't get in because I guess he was smoking weed outside. And at that time, Sneaky Pete's had police doing the door and all that. Like, Sneaky Pete's was the tunnel of Albany, New York. And they wasn't letting Jimmy in because he wouldn't stop smoking bud outside. You know what I'm saying? And this is the first time he came to Sneaky's. This ain't the time when he came with the second time. Shout out to E-Murders, free E-Murder. But, so that part I do remember because I was in the club. I was with a couple of good dudes from Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? And they didn't let Jimmy in. I do remember that. They didn't let Jimmy in the spot. With that being said, See Black Feed the Wolves. I'm here. Definitely shout out to Wifey, Southern Belle, St. Louis, Missouri. This is where I'm at. Definitely shout out to Spanish Harlem, where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? New York, whole Lex Ave. You know what I'm saying? The Lynch Mall, 112th Street. 117th Street, the BTM, you know what I'm saying? Twin is home, the wash mob is outside again, not outside again illegally. They got the clothesline, the yuppie, a yuppie, you know what I'm saying? Get in tune with, you gotta get in tune with, and we here, we just progressing, you know what I'm saying? That being said, peace.